Hello everyone and welcome back to Hemel-Down Model Railway. So in today's video I'm going to take you through the progress of Project Station. So without further ado, let's crack on and let me show you where I'm up to. So what I've done here is to add in the brick papers onto the wood supports. So I've had to make this structure quite strong because this is going to house a backboard on the top. So the board will line up with the edge of this one. So I needed to make sure that I've got enough support on here to take the edge of the board. So basically what I'm doing with this is creating kind of a support for the baseboard on top, rather than attaching any sort of struts underneath. I'm creating them through using the bridge. And then what I will do then is add in some more supports through this section here, and then some final ones at the end there. So what I've done is to temporarily add in this piece here, just so that I could line up with this section here, and then this piece here will then attach and be screwed into this piece here. I've just been marking out with a piece of card and board where a set of stairs will go, and then because this will be the width of a road, and then leading off over a crossing that will go over the tracks there, what I'm going to do is have the stairs come up, and then on the baseboard I will cut a little hole with an access point of people that can go down the platform through the set of stairs. And then there'll be like a little sort of ticket office station just on the upper level on the top of the baseboard there. Just thought that that would give a little bit of sort of detail up in on the top there. So if I remove those off, so that's kind of the length of the platform there and in place of where it needs to be. I've marked out with a piece of track just to get the right angles in on there. And then with this piece here, I still need to trim down a little bit, because as you can see, it's moved the wall in a little bit because of this little bit of bracing here. I just need to sort of trim off a little bit just for that to slide down a little bit. I've been marking out my footbridge to get it the right height, and then what I've done with a little bit of scrap polystyrene is just creating a little pathway that will lead down there. None of this is stuck in place. I've just been kind of marking it out so that I get the right sort of angles and the right height to it. And then I will continue a little bit of sort of hillside that will slope down onto this track here, and that will just be a load of bushes and overgrown weeds and stuff like that. So looking at the front, I've added in that piece of wood there, and then where you can see like the little bit of filler, that's where there's been some screws that I've screwed into this piece here. And then I will do the same, drill through on that back piece there, and then also screw that in there, just so that it gives it that extra sort of strength in those pieces there. Then what I'm going to do is with a bit of card is just add in another little piece there so that it takes the weight, or what would be like a girder bridge. So yeah, there'll be a little piece of card that will come down here, and it will be wrapped in the same sort of brick paper there, and then with like those back pieces there, just to have the sort of the strengtheners. I will have that just to kind of hide the lines there. I was going to put this piece in between the middle there, but I wanted it as a continuous piece, so that it disappears through and then becomes a support at the very back there, just so that it made sure that it lined up with the top of what will be the tracks there as well. So just to give it that little bit of extra support and stuff, I wanted to make it all the way through. That was a bit of an afterthought, really. I wasn't going to have that piece in, so that's why I'm going to have to build in an extra little block in there just on that section. Then what I'm going to do with these sort of strips of balsa wood is to have them coming out as a piece like that, and then there'll be smaller sections that will go kind of all the way along in there to make the framework for the panels. Then what I'll do is I'll primer those all up, and that will then become the fascia for the sort of the iron bridge or support that will be on there. I'll see if I can find some pictures online and show you what I'm kind of trying to create. So it's one of those sort of panel iron bridges that will go in there, and then that will be ready then to take the board on top. And then what I can do then is gate off and raise up another little piece of bridge that will come up on this section, with then maybe some sort of iron railings or something across the top there, and then this will be the road on there. So I can create a little sort of road scene and stuff that comes off on that section there. So this is very much sort of a work in progress, but I just thought I'd give you a little view of what it looks like so far and how it will turn out. If I was to bring you down to sort of this kind of level here, I've done it so that if I am doing any running shots, there's certain points where it will look like, I think it's probably about there, that it will look like the tunnels go all the way back through. Because when filming, this is going to be, you know, sort of like the countryside section, stretching all the way down there. Then when any running sessions and stuff happen, I can be switching to a different scene where it's looking into the town and stuff. So if I'm coming over from this side of the layout, you're going to see a lot more sort of houses and built up area. So that's why I've decided to put this station at the very back corner, just to give it that sort of visual break. So that's kind of where my scenic break is. And if I was to come from this side of the layout there, you'll see kind of the station with an old footbridge and stuff like that, and you won't really notice sort of the iron bridge that will be at the back there. So yeah, that's my kind of logics into making it look like two different sections and stuff. So this will keep in tie in with sort of the older effects when I'm running sort of the steam locos and stuff like that, and then anything sort of higher up and stuff, and looking at that viaduct, that will be where there's more sort of modern image, and then moving into the town scene and stuff. So I hope you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It makes a lot more sense in my head of what I'm trying to achieve. So I've got a few more days to be able to crack on with a little bit more build. I want to get this bit sorted out with some brick papers and stuff, and then I can go on to building the fascia for the front of the iron paneling there. And then I'll have quite a nice section in this piece here. I'd probably say it's a little under 4 foot, maybe about 3.5 foot for this gap here. And then I'll put in my supports at the back there, and then I'll be able to place on my first board to take the town scene and to work out where the tracks will go for the curve on that. So with the tracks that will come off on the back section there, there'll be a level crossing there on the road, like I said before, and then it will sweep round probably more to the very back of the layout, and then I'll have a lot more sort of scenic stuff that will come more at the front here, so it'll look like that there's trains running behind, kind of behind the back scene. So sort of in between the houses and warehouses and stuff like that, you'll see a lot more trains running on there. Then it will kind of open up a little bit down in this section here, which is the next bit that I'll be working on. So I need to work out and sort out all of these lines down here. I'll have to get them fixed in and ballasted, and then I'll be running some low relief houses down on the bottom scene, and then again on the top scene I'll be running some more back 3D. Sorry, get that right. I'll be running some more low relief houses that will go down on that section, and then moving over then into the corner, I'll need to start working out my point work to come off this curve, to then lead up to what will be the start of the fiddle yard that will go up in that direction there. So, you know, trains that can come down from this section and then link up into this section here. So this bit is going to be a little bit more sort of complicated to do. At the moment, only this running line, this one here is attached. This one here I haven't fixed down yet, and then I'll have to bring another one off here, so the curve will start kind of at the back here for this one. So that'll give me the 4 running lines that will come off in that section there. And then what I'm possibly thinking is maybe a kind of removable warehouse or something that will come in on that section. If I bring you down here, so it'll be kind of the same sort of height as the top of the board here, and then it will come all the way over to the same sort of size as the triangle piece in there, so it will come off at an angle, and then I can just remove that out if I need to get to any tracks and stuff, and then I can put a little bit of a sort of scene, you know, maybe a little pathway or road or something that could go at the front there. So yeah, I'll have to have a look and see. Maybe I might sort of scratch build, maybe using sort of a little bit of plywood, for example. If I can just balance that in there. So if you can just imagine that would be the full height up to the baseboard, and then there'll be like a little bit of building in through that, and I can kind of make that sort of low relief, so that maybe you can see the windows through on one side and then kind of windows at the back, so that maybe you'll be able to see sort of the trains passing as if it's going, you know, at the back of a building or something like that. You know, maybe adding in some lights or something like that might sort of kind of brighten up a little bit of like the tunnels and stuff, and then that would stretch then over to this section here, and I can just cover that with some brick papers, you know, make up some windows and put some glazing in it and stuff. I don't think it will be that difficult. And then what I'll be able to do then is just to pull that out, because it will be just loosely placed in there, or snugly fit to, you know, the top of the baseboard. So that was my thoughts for that section there. That's just a little bit of a thought that I had sort of a couple of hours ago. I was just thinking about, you know, what I could do for that section there. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed seeing this progress a little bit and seeing some of the ideas that I have got. What I'm going to do is record a little bit of the work that I'll be doing over the next 3 or 4 days, and I'll speed that up and pop that into the next layout update. So hopefully you'll see most of this section with its raw structure, you know, ready for painting. And I'm going to tie off then fixing up the back end of the viaduct, and also be getting the groundwork in there for the roads that will start on that section there. And then I will start then putting my supports in for the section on here to house the top baseboard. So that'll be interesting to get that done. The good thing about it is that I can mirror the size of what I've used with this board here, where the joints are. I think that should look pretty good. Right, so that's the end of this video. It was just a short update just to show you what I have been doing, and the start of the station scene there. It's progressed a little bit from just that few little blocks that I had. I haven't really sort of drawn up a plan or anything for this. It's all just been making it up as I go, kind of cutting the wood and just making it fit to what I already have in these sections here. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on and crack on with getting some more of this built. So I hope you enjoy, or look forward to seeing the next update, because hopefully there should be quite a lot of progress that I've done up here, because I've got 4 days where I can just focus on getting everything done for this section here. Right, so thank you very much for joining me on this update. I hope that you are all keeping well, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.